Hey everybody, as promised, here I am, the unimpeachable president for life, Jeff Clayton, giving the big answer to the big question. The other day I listed 6 bands that Antiseen has shared the stage with. And one of them was not true. Well, I'm going to go down the list here. First of all, I guess I'll wait till some people show up here. But I just hope everybody is doing okay through their individual lockdowns and curfews and stay-at-homes and all this nonsense. But I don't know, hopefully we'll all be out of it soon. But I hope you're all doing well. If you have any questions during this, hopefully with my poor eyesight I can see and answer as we go along. And there's some people. There's my beautiful wife watching. She's probably watching from the kitchen window. Marvin, Chuck. It says there's 39 of you. But that's good. I'm going to go ahead and get going then. The main one that people thought was the lie was Blink 182. Well, it turns out that is true. Antiseen did share the stage with Blink 182, and that was in 1996 or 95, I'm not sure which, at Irving Plaza in New York City when we were touring with Fear. Now, I didn't know who Blink 182 was. In fact, they were pretty huge before I even knew who they were, and they were even more huge when I found out they opened for us one time. So there you go. There's some more people coming in. Oh, Andy Miller wants to know what you win if you're correct. Bragging rights within your fortress. That's what you get. Jason, how did that crowd work out? For us, it was fine. I didn't see Blink 182, but us and Fear were a pretty good combination. I think we shared a lot of the same audience. The next one that people doubted would be the case was Dirt. Now, there was a little confusion. Did we mean the Dirt from Atlanta or the Dirt from the UK? Well, it's true, we played many shows with Dirt from Atlanta, here in Charlotte and down there in Atlanta. Matter of fact, I think we played the Claremont Lounge with Dirt. It may have been the Go Devils, but who knows. But we did 2 months over in Europe, and you guys gotta forgive me. I have a hard time remembering these years sometimes, but I'm thinking this was 93 or 94, because it was the Eat More Possum lineup with me, Joe, Tom, and my brother Greg. And we went over into the eastern bloc of Europe, and for that leg of the tour, we were going to be touring with 2 bands from the UK. One was called Hell Crusher, and the other one was Dirt. Well, I didn't know anything about either one of them at the time, and then we found out Dirt was, all linked up with Crass and all that. So we're kind of going like, oh boy, this is this is going to be a wild one. But actually, much to our surprise and much to our delight, it turned out to be a really good tour. And with each show, we took turns in the lineup. Like, Antiseen would headline one night, Dirt would headline one, and Hell Crusher would headline one, and it just went like that. And ended up, we actually got along real well. And toward the end of our tour, we ended up back in London, and a lot of those guys and gals came out to see us there. So it wasn't the train wreck that it looked like on paper. Actually, very good people. We didn't talk politics. Maybe that's why. All right, next. Danzig. We opened for Danzig. Very first tour as Danzig. I guess he had played with Sam Hain after the Misfits, but he was touring for the first Danzig album, and he had the band that had Chuck Biscuits and Eerie Von and John Christ. So, good band. I didn't know what this was going to sound like, and it just sounded like misfit metal to me. I know, I am very unpopular opinion. The show went really good. I mean, people showed out for Danzig. But you got to understand something. This was young, lean, and mean Antiseen, and we went there with the purpose to destroy, and we did. Lots of people think we did, but one of the funniest things that happened at that show, and this is the famous Danzig story that's linked with me, and I'm not going to go into that now. That's for another time. Maybe if we have to go in lockdown a little longer, I'll do a go live with the Danzig story, but I didn't actually see this part happen, but Joe Young told me that they were setting up the equipment on the stage, and Danzig's road manager is up there, making sure we had our allotted 2 feet, and all this, but the crew that worked at the club, and this was at the Pterodactyl Club when it was right there at Freedom Drive and Motörhead. That's where we opened, and that crew there already knew about us. They were all local guys, the house crew, and so once the Danzig band, had set all their stuff up, we were the only opener, and they went and got like plastic and put it over the front of their amps, and then because they knew what Antiseen show was like, and I guess the road manager sees them putting this plastic over their gear, and he starts raising hell about touching their equipment and all. And Joe, if any of you that have met Joe, you will be able to hear him say this when I tell you what it is he said. But he goes, the guy's going, "Why are you putting plastic all over the equipment?" And Joe just goes up and goes, "Sir, about midway through our set, our singer is going to start slinging blood all over the place. And it's not fake Caro syrup guar blood. It's real blood. And if you don't want them to cover that equipment up, then you'll be the one that can explain to Mr. Danzig why there's real human blood all over their gear." And I guess it was one of those instances where the guy just thought about it for a second and says, "Yeah, well, just make sure you don't mess with any of the settings, And so they covered up all the plastic. Hold on, let me get some water here. Out here in my pollen heavy backyard. That's what's making me cough. Not coronavirus. Okay, I see some more people. where was the Danzig show? I just explained that. It was at the Pterodactyl Club, Charlotte, North Carolina. First album Danzig tour. Okay, the next one. And this one seemed highly unlikely too. But Cheap Trick. This would also have been the Eat More Possum lineup. And this was purposely swung with by Tom O'Keefe with the staff at Rockies here in Charlotte. For any of you who remember that, it used to be up on Independence Boulevard. Because Tom O'Keefe is, as most of you probably know that know him, is a big Cheap Trick fan. And the fact that we got to open for them, it really meant a lot to him. Now, we all like Cheap Trick, but it really meant a lot to Tom. And we show up, and we never think about this kind of stuff beforehand. We're just like, oh, we get to go do a show, you know. And sometimes, like, when we have a lot of respect for our headliner and, like, in the sort, you know, we really go out of our way to be accommodating. Like when we played with the Lazy Cowgirls in Chapel Hill, we purposely didn't do the slinging water, the spitting, the blood, and kicking shit over, because we just wanted it to be a quick transition, you know, and them not play in a fucking mess, you know. But they were very appreciative of that. But they, of course, said, you know, oh, you guys didn't have to tone it down for us, you know. But that's just the way we work. And that is not to say we do not respect Cheap Trick, but the one, especially in 1993, man, the way. Let me see what I'm trying to say. They gathered us around before we went on, I guess after we did our sound check or whatever, and they were just like, okay, this is going to be a big crowd. It's going to be a family crowd. There's going to be a lot of people here, and we don't want, there's not going to be any breaking glass, any spitting, any catching stuff on fire, any bleeding, any breaking stuff. He goes, just go out there, play, and man, that's the worst thing. That's the worst thing you could have said to us back then. Because I think we did every bit of that before the third song. And it has been brought to my attention in Cheap Trick message boards and fan groups and stuff, man. People still talk about that show, man. Oh, I saw Cheap Trick once in Charlotte, and this horrible band opened for them. I had a singer look like Charles Manson, and there's blood and smoke bombs and breaking stuff on fire, all this kind of stuff. So yeah, it was pretty funny. But Cheap Trick were good. They were real good. I didn't get to talk to any of them, but Tom may have. I know Tom had an issue with management after it was over about us getting paid, and I think we all thought that was going to have to be a fisticuff, but I don't think it was. I think we got what we had coming to us. Okay. Next, the Ramones. We opened for the Ramones 2 or 3 times. I'm thinking 2. Definitely 2. I get some of the details from one mixed up with the other sometime, but if I stop and think about it a long time, I can get them all straight. But I just know the last time we played with them was also at Rockies. I'm surprised they had us back after the Cheap Trick fiasco. But this had to be around 94 or 95. And I know that this was around the transition of Tom leaving and Tripp coming in. So that means at some point Greg had left and Barry joined. And Tripp was doing a fill-in show for Tom, because Tom was still in. We had just came home from Europe. Tom was still in Europe. He was going to stay a week or two after we left, and then we got that offer for the Ramones show when we were going to be home, and we took it. And we didn't know what we were going to do at that point, so we we called Tripp McNeil, who at the time was the guitar player for Seducer. And we said, hey, we explained the situation and gave him a list of, 12 songs. And said, learn these, and when we get home, we'll practice once, and then we'll go open for the Ramones. Okay. And man, I don't care if we open for the Ramones two or three times or 20 or 30 times, man. That's the dream come true for us. One of our biggest influences, and we get to play before them, and I remember that show the second time, the second and last time we played with them. Their stage manager, it wasn't Monty Melnick, but another fella that we knew just by, being such fans, we knew who the guy was. And he goes, look, man, bands have been going on and just playing 30 minutes and get out. I need you guys to play at least 40 or 45 minutes, to fill that time up, because they're going on right at, well, I guess it was 9. God damn, it's Paul. But man, we got out there. Barry counted the show off, and man, we blazed through that stuff so fast. And it turns out it was 20 minutes. We go walking off the stage, and that guy's looking at me going, "You're killing me. You're killing me." I'm just like, oh, man. We didn't know any more songs. I mean, not with Tripp, we didn't. I mean, we could have went out and played some more, I guess, but hindsight. Okay, so that brings us to the band that we never shared the stage with. This would have been Dream Come True Part 2. But we were scheduled to play with Motörhead 2 times. And both those times, they canceled. And I saw Marvin Haywood, who's watching right now, he put this on one of the posts I did the other day, but this is the truth. And through my friend Kathleen Johnson, who worked for the Charlotte Observer at the time, I kind of got to interview Lemmy before, like as a preview to the show. It was, I didn't get to, what I did was I gave the questions to Kathleen. Kathleen did the interview with Lemmy, but I got the credit. So in the newspaper, they printed a picture of me and a picture of Lemmy. And they had just put out the album Sacrifice, which I thought was a really good one. And the word has it, they pulled up. They walked inside this place called Jeremiah's, which used to be a steakhouse. They walked in, they looked around, the road manager goes, "We ain't playing here." And they all got back in their vehicles and bus or whatever and took off down the road. Went to the next show. And we show up, oh man, we're finally going to get to play with Motörhead. Oh, ain't going to happen. So, that's that. So I don't have anything else to say about any of this. Except thanks for tuning in and listening to me. I hope it help you kill a few minutes of boredom. I'm going to be doing a few more of these during all this. We're trying to put a lot more traffic on the Antiseen page. A lot more things to look at, because we get pretty lazy about it sometimes. But we're trying to put a lot of stuff on there for you guys to look at. And I said I wasn't going to do sales pitches during all this, because I know a lot of people that aren't working. Fortunately, I am still working at the moment. My job was considered essential, and very grateful My wife was not so lucky. A couple of my friends not so lucky. My daughter, my son-in-law, all working in the restaurant industry. They're all unemployed right at the moment. So, and my heart goes out to all of you out there that are unemployed and at the moment. And I hope it all smooths out real soon. Another big downfall of this. I haven't seen my granddaughter in over a month, which has been, really tough. It looks like it's going to be another month. Our shutdown is, I think, till April 15th to be and will more than likely be extended till the 30th. Let's see, I got a few questions on here. I'll answer a few questions and then I'm going to run. Let's see. Wing or FMW? Well, man, that's kind of like comparing oranges to oranges, isn't it? I guess I'm going to go with Wing, because Wing was the first of the crazy Japanese hardcore wrestling that I ever saw, and fell in love with it immediately, with Mr. Pogo and Matsunaga and Leatherface and all that stuff. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Wing. Any more questions real quick? You got about 2 or 3 minutes. And then, what is my favorite Antiseen album? Well, man, I think the one that I was the most proud of and still remain the most proud of to this day is Here to Ruin Your Groove. I think we really achieved what we were going for. So sometimes you strive for something, writing an album, and it kind of takes a turn of its own, and it comes out not kind of like what you expected. Sometimes it turns out better, but I think Here to Ruin Your Groove is what we meant for it to be, and I'm still real proud of that one. Have I ever gigged myself too bad during? Oh, yes. Too bad Jeff Young's not alive to tell you some of those stories. Goodness gracious, man. Oh, Helsinki, Finland. Oh, man, it was a little cut. It was, I don't know. I can't tell you which one it was, but it's up in here somewhere. And it bled more than I have ever bled in my entire life. And when I walked off the stage into the bathroom of the place, which was downstairs, of course, it just constantly bled. All the way down the stairs, into their bathroom. It had a nice white bathroom. And man, I swear, when I got done in there, it looked like someone had offed themselves with a shotgun. And then, the way these usually ended up, Jeff Young, Barbecue Young was the... what he called himself, the driver, merch man, and chief bottle washer, which meant babysitter. Which meant he's usually the one that helped me patch up at the end of the night. We'd do the super glue or the new skin or whatever, and man, that in Helsinki, that cut just like raised really big, and he was good and drunk by the time we got over to the hotel, and we're all clean. I'm all cleaned up, and he's squirting Neosporin in the hole there, and he gets a bandage put on it and takes his thumbs and just pushes it like it was raised, and he just pushes it down, man, and then on my face is a mask of blood all over again. That's kind of funny, but yeah, there's a ton of those kind of stories. We could do a whole thing just on juicing gone wrong. Let's see what we got here. Someone just says Murder Junkies, ? Yes, there's a band called the Murder Junkies. Yes, I sang for them on 2 tours. Yes, they are my good buddies. I'm not sure what the question means. New Jack or Necro Butcher? Both two guys with their own style in this crazy kind of wrestling that I like. If I can't choose one over the other, man. It's like It's like a plane wreck and a train wreck. I mean, which one, you know? Let's see. Art Ettinger. Hey, Art. How does it feel being the front man of one of the greatest bands of all time? Oh, thank you, Art. Thanks all of you for your compliments and stuff you've been sending our way and stuff. We really appreciate it. No matter how old we get and how long we be around, it still warms our heart when you guys give us the accolades you do, and we hope we deserve it. But I don't know. Not only am I the front man, but I am the unimpeachable president for life. But I like being the dictator of my own project. I really love it. It's really good when you when you get a lineup that, you know, really clicks. We got a good chemistry right now, so yeah, I like this lineup. Let's see: Jack Daniels, Jim Beam, or Wild Turkey. Well, I don't drink anymore, but when I did, of those three, I probably have to say I'd probably drink more Jack Daniels than anything. But I think our bourbon of choice when I was drinking was Evan Williams. That's the place we kept in business. You like AEW? I don't know what that is. Any UK tours on the horizon? No, I hope so. Nothing in the books right now. I don't know what to tell you. Let's see. Wildest Gigi memory. Antiseen is one of the best bands ever. Will you ever come back to the UK, especially, you know? Man, I hope so. We love playing in England. We really do. Any plans for a new record? Man, we got projects lined up from here to there, man. There's no slowing down for us. I mean, this has slowed us down a little bit, but we got stuff cooking. Stuff's going to be coming out. Don't you worry about that. All kinds of stuff. Let's see. Man, Wild Gigi stories now. You know our connection with Gigi, man. You know I could go a whole thing about Gigi stories. So yeah, I'm gonna have to save that for another time. Will Antiseen come to New Zealand one day? Hey, that's a damn good question. You know what? I would like to know if there's any promoters in New Zealand or Australia, for that matter, that want Antiseen to come over. Because we're ready for the challenge. We're ready to bring the word to the savages. We're ready to bring it to the people. I saw Kelly Dean back there asking me Bunker Hill or something. Man, you didn't even have to put the other thing. It's Bunker Hill. Bunker Hill all the way. Hey, Jerry. Yeah, I'm going to do more of these. Try to stay on topic a little better. But I guess that's going to be it for me. I'm going to get ready. Me and Becky are going to cook some dinner and binge watch TV, I guess. All you guys stay safe. Stay healthy. Take care. Thanks for checking in with me. And we'll see you all again soon. Bye-bye.